You know the story. We all do. The Garden of Eden. It's this incredible tale of a perfect paradise, a choice that changed everything, and a sudden, heartbreaking eviction. But right at the center of it all is a mystery that's never been solved.
I mean, really, where is it? It's a question that has haunted explorers, mystics, and dreamers for thousands of years. We know the story inside and out, but the one thing that's always been missing is the location.
So that's what we're doing today. We're going to treat this like a cosmic cold case. We have the story, we have the witnesses, but the most crucial piece of evidence, the map, is gone. Our job is to search for clues hidden in ancient texts and global myths to see if we can piece it all back together. So, let's get into it.
Okay, first things first. We're starting with the official case file. The sacred texts most of us are familiar with, but we're not just going to read them. We're going to treat them like coded documents, looking for any little hint, any clue hidden in plain sight that could point us in the right direction. And right away, a pattern just jumps off the page. Genesis tells us about 4 rivers, which sounds promising, but then no coordinates. Just powerful beings guarding the way back. Ezekiel puts Eden way up on some kind of cosmic holy mountain. Revelation says the tree of life comes back, but not until the end of time. And then you've got texts like Enoch and the Quran talking about portals and guarded gates. The big takeaway here, none of them give us a physical address. They all speak in metaphors, suggesting Eden isn't just some spot on a map. And that idea of the cosmic mountain from Ezekiel? Well, it fits perfectly with this ancient concept called the Axis Mundi, the world's center, a kind of cosmic pillar connecting all the different realms of existence. This is a huge clue. Maybe we've been looking for a place when we should have been looking for a point of connection, a gateway.
All right, so that's the official story. But what if there's more? This is where our investigation takes a sharp turn, because now we're opening the files that were censored, hidden away, or flat out called heresy. And these suppressed texts, well, they tell a radically different story.
And the difference is just wow. It's night and day. The official version, we all know, is about a physical garden we got kicked out of for, breaking the rules. But this suppressed view, it reframes the entire thing. Suddenly, Eden isn't a place at all, it's a lost state of higher awareness. And the fall wasn't from a garden, but a fall into a state of deception. That changes everything, doesn't it?
And this testimony is incredibly specific. You've got the Nag Hammadi scriptures saying Eden is a state of awareness, but it's guarded by these cosmic gatekeepers called archons. Then the Zohar, a cornerstone of Jewish mysticism, says Eden is a non-physical realm you can only get to with hidden knowledge. And then the legendary Emerald Tablets talk about wisdom hidden deep beneath the earth. Are you seeing the common thread here? It's always about a realm you have to access, not a place you can just hike to.
Now you might be thinking, okay, that's just a couple of obscure old books, and you'd be right to be skeptical. But what if I told you this investigation is about to go global? We're about to hear from corroborating witnesses, cultures from all over the planet that had zero contact with each other, but somehow they're all telling a very, very similar story.
I mean, just look at this. The blueprint is universal. The Hopi talk about the Sipapu, a portal to another world. The Maya and Aztec traditions, they talk about 4 rivers meeting at a central point. Sound familiar? From the Vedic idea of Shambhala, a hidden kingdom for the enlightened, to the Mayan Popol Vuh, the theme is exactly the same. This pattern points to some kind of shared, universal memory.
And this next one, this is what really gets me. You have Inuit legends from the Arctic and Tibetan legends from the Himalayas, literally from opposite ends of the globe, and both describe hidden entrances at the poles, entrances to a paradise that isn't lit by our sun but by an inner sun. When you see details this specific matching up across thousands of miles, you just have to wonder, what common source are they all drawing from?
So that brings our investigation right into our own time. Because if this knowledge was once so common all over the world, where did it go? Why isn't this common knowledge today? Well, the sources we're looking at suggest that the suppression of this map didn't just stop in ancient history.
The sources we're examining claim this continues even today. They allege that institutions like the Vatican Archives hold back restricted text and maybe even pre-flood maps. They point to secret societies and Masonic rituals that talk about a hidden paradise. And they claim that satellite images of the polar regions, the exact spots those ancient legends point to, are restricted or redacted from public view.
And that leads us to the strange story of Admiral Richard Byrd. Back in 1947, he led this major expedition to the pole. Now, there's an alleged private diary, and it's heavily debated, that claims he flew beyond the pole and entered a warm green territory in inner Earth. Now, whether that diary's real or not, the story has fueled all kinds of theories, especially since access to the polar regions became much more restricted in the years that followed.
In any good investigation, you have to ask about motive, right? So if this map to Eden, whether it's a physical place or a state of being, has been deliberately kept under wraps for centuries, the billion-dollar question is, why?
Well, the sources we've looked at suggest three really powerful motives. First, simple control. If you're the gatekeeper to divinity or enlightenment, you hold immense power over everyone else. The second reason is way more esoteric. The idea that maybe humanity needed to forget, that we had to experience separation and duality in order to learn something fundamental. And the third is all about timing, that the path back to Eden only reopens when humanity as a whole is ready, when we reach a new cycle of consciousness.
So, we've followed the breadcrumbs, from the canonical codes to the suppressed texts, from global myths all the way to modern mysteries. But this isn't where the investigation ends. In fact, this is where your investigation begins. We are handing you the keys.
Think of this as your investigator's toolkit. Here are all the source files we've touched on. You've got your canonical foundation, texts about dimensional gates, the whole counter-narrative about deception, the global blueprints. Every single line here is a thread, and it's just waiting for you to pull on it and see where it leads.
And that leaves us with the one question this entire investigation really boils down to. Are we all searching for a lost spot on a map? Or is Eden something else entirely? A state of consciousness, a forgotten part of who we are, with gates that aren't on some distant mountain, but are actually inside each of us, just waiting for the right key. It's a lot to think about. Thanks for digging into this with me.